Hey horror fans, once again, it's the Horror Miser Monty G. Yes, time to do another movie review. Yes, it's that time. It's time to review the new version of the Stephen King classic novel, Pet Sematary. Yes. Now, Pet Sematary is a 2019 supernatural horror film. It was directed by Kevin Klosh and Dennis Whitmere. It was written by Jeff Bolger and Matt Greenberg, obviously based on the Stephen King novel of the same name. This stars Jason Clarke, Amy Seimetz, John Lithgow, and Jetty Lawrence. Now, obviously, a lot of people had a lot to say about this film. As we all know, the second trailer that came out had a huge spoiler. That the fact that it would not be Gage that died. It would be Ellie that died in the accident. And a lot of people were not happy about that. As a matter of fact, it got to the point that my good friend Lee McCoy of Drum Jums put it up on the Facebook group Killer Flicks not to watch the second trailer if you haven't already, so you wouldn't be spoiled. But did it ruin the movie? I don't know. Let's see what I have to say about Pet Sematary. Now, once again, based on the novel of Stephen King, we have a family that moves into a very nice small town in Maine and discovers there are mysterious graveyards in the woods behind their home. After a tragedy takes place, the family soon learns that the graveyard isn't what it seems to be, and it will prove to them that sometimes dead is better. Ooh. Now, when I learned in the news that Hollywood was going to do another version of Pet Sematary, I wasn't surprised by this because this is what movie studios do now. They reboot, they remake, or they retool something. Even after the first trailer dropped, I was happy with the type of tone they were going for. I think they were going for a more darker version than we saw in the 1989 film. Then the second trailer dropped, and almost everyone dropped their pants and went nuts, myself included. How dare you put up a trailer that spoils a major plot twist from not only the book, but also the second movie as well? So, after about a day, I calmed down. I realized that the marketing team really wanted people to talk about this film, and they succeeded because that's the only thing everyone was talking about. I said, let's see how this affects the film, whether it's good or bad, when we see it. So, after seeing the film, I must say it didn't bother me. They knew that was going to happen, and actually added some nice tension and suspense because it's like, so how are they going to do this and how are they going to do that? Now, I must say this film is very dark, very creepy, and it's full of dread. I mean, ooh boy, you talk about no light in this film at all. And it will leave the viewer thinking what type of message the writers are trying to say. And of course, it's vastly different from the 1989 film. Now, in the beginning, we see the Creed family, Dr. Lewis Creed, his wife Rachel, and their children, Ellen and Gage, and their cat Church. They move into this home in Ludlow, Maine. Ellie eventually stumbles upon a graveyard called Pet Cemetery, which is spelled wrong when she sees a group of procession kids going to bury their dog. Now, I'm not spoiling anything because we see it all in the trailers. And we're also introduced to Judd Crandall, their neighbor across the yard. Now, eventually, unfortunately, when Church dies after getting hit by a truck, Judd takes Lewis beyond the Pet Cemetery into a dark and rocky burial ground and buries Church there. Now, obviously, Church comes back. And things get, when Church comes back, he gets vicious and aggressive, and things just go to hell. Things just get worse. As the Creed family now, their new home has now become a nightmare. Perhaps they need to learn how to let things go because sometimes dead is better. Now, as I stated earlier, the one thing the filmmakers have created here is a very dark, dreary, bleak film. I mean, there is no light in this film, not even during the daytime scenes. There's just something full of dread throughout this whole entire film. There's a sense of darkness, like something bad is going to happen. And of course, it eventually does. I mean, even when the film begins, we feel as though something bad happened to Lewis. That's what caused him and his family to move out from Boston to Ludlow. Even though the film doesn't express it, but you could tell obviously something affected him, just where his demeanor is. As the film moves on, that darkness tends to build. As obviously we know the events of the film will take place, we know it's going to happen, but it doesn't matter. It's just going to keep building and building and building. Now, I will say this. Now, just imagine the filmmakers didn't spoil that twist in that second trailer. Let's imagine how sad and how frightful the audience would have been after seeing the accident that kills Ellie. Oh, man, the whole audience would have been creeped out. I mean, I'm pretty sure that some people didn't know that was going to happen because they might not have seen the trailer. And I saw this really in this morning, and they were kind of affected by it. They did not think it was going to happen. Now, I'm not a fan of Jason Clarke. He was terrible as John Connor in Terminator Genesis, and I heard he was not that good in Winchester at all. However, I did enjoy his performance as Louis Creed. I thought he performed very well. There's a scene between him and Amy Sematary as they talk about death and how they should explain it to Ellie. And he's true to his beliefs as he does a fine job with his expressions and his beliefs. Unfortunately, I believe this also drives him to do the things that he does in the film because of his beliefs. No, I thought Amy Seimetz was good as Rachel. I thought she did a good job in expressing her fear after dealing with her older sister Rachel, and of course John Lithgow was fine as Judge Crandall. But it's I think I pronounce it Lynette Lawrence who steals the show as Ellie. I mean, she was fantastic as Ellie. She plays her as a nice, bubbly little girl in the beginning of the movie. She's caring, she's nice, she wants everyone to get along, and of course she loves church. And after the accident, when she returns, oh boy, you want to talk about 180 degrees. I mean, she's nasty, she's hostile, she's homicidal, and she is deadly. I mean, she is, in fact, evil, to say the least. I'm guessing this is why the writers decided to make this change in the story because they believe that there is no way in the world that you can get a toddler to do the things that she does in this film and make it believable. Now, while I will not try to compare this movie to the '89 version because these are two separate, complete different films. However, there are some scenes, well, and maybe in different settings, come directly from that film. You can't help but notice it. The tone here is darker and the atmosphere is more bleak and eerie in this film. Now, I do have some problems with this film, as of course. One of the problems I have with this film is pacing, and some scenes seem to drag on real slow. And it takes some of the tension, whatever they're trying to do, out of the film in some of the scenes. We also have some false jump scares that I did not like. And what in the world were they doing with that ending? I really don't know what they were kind of accomplish with the ending. Now, of course, I won't spoil it here, but the people who've seen the film know what I'm talking about. I'm guessing the filmmaker is going to say, hey, let's leave it up to the imagination of the audience who sees and they come up with their own ideas. And I'm pretty sure we're going to have lots of discussions about it. And I might do one if I decide to do a spoiler review, a spoiler review for this movie. So, despite the reveal of the second trailer, I actually did enjoy the film. It's a film that's going to make you think. There's expressions here about death, how you deal with death, how you deal with loss, and how you deal with how to move on in the afterlife. A lot of people are not going to like this film because they love the '89 version so much. So they're just simply just going to not like this film at all. But I actually did enjoy the film. Do I like it better than the 1989 version? I don't know. I might have to see it a couple more times before I make that type of a decision. But as a film itself, I did enjoy the film. I think it's a very good film. It's very well written, very well acting. Like I said, it is dark. It is, I mean, it's very, very dark. So, the Horror Miser is going to open up his voice. Let's try it again. So, the Horror Miser is going to open up his vault. And I'm going to give Pet Sematary 2019 3 out of my 5 gold coins. Just I'm going to give it 3 out of my 5 gold coins. Yes, for a remake, I thought it's one of the better remakes. I did enjoy the film, despite the spoil that we got in the second trailer. I still enjoyed the film. So, my horror fans, what do you think about this particular version of Pet Sematary? Did you think it would have been better if they didn't spoil that the twist they have in the film? Do you think it made it better or worse? Or do you think you just prefer the 1989 version? You don't care about this one? Leave your comments down in the comment section. Tell me what you thought about Pet Sematary 2019. So my horror fans, that's my video for today, guys. Hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up because it does help the channel a lot. And once again, this is your first time here, please hit that subscriber button. Ring that notification bell. That way you can come and enjoy the horror experience with me, the Horror Miser Monty G. And as always, all my social media links will be down in the description box below as well. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G. And always remember, horror rules. Vince, take us home. We're out.